If you're like me, you've probably been playing Among Us recently. Enough that it's become a borderline unhealthy addiction. It's been distracting me so much that a lot of the work I have planned for this channel was recently put on hold. So I thought, since it's been consuming my everyday life, why not make a video that turns my obsession into work? At first I assumed it would be kind of tricky to turn this lighthearted survival game into a video to suit this channel. I mean, there's nothing obviously scary about the game at first glance. But each time I booted up that title screen, waited for players, ran around the map, and died, I began to get a feeling I couldn't quite put my finger on. A feeling that when it struck me, everything felt different. If anxiety was a video game, Among Us would take the top spot. When you play as a crewmate, which you probably are 90% of the time, mixed feeling of uneasiness, suspense, and apprehension follow you around every corner. And although everything during gameplay might look cute and cartoonish, its atmospheric nature certainly doesn't portray that. So today, I am going to be listing 8 reasons why the popular online saboteur survival game, Among Us, is actually a psychological, anxiety-filled thriller. The music is one of the first things people notice upon booting up the game. The ocean wave-like synths, mixed with melancholic bells tinkling in your ears, might sound soothing at first, but if you listen closely, you will hear a very familiar jingle that is often used in real life when children are chasing one another. But that isn't all. Other than the innocent children's jingle being in a game where players murder one another, the ambience of the spaceship is another sound that taunts you during gameplay. The suspenseful quietness, mixed with the rumbling of the engines, is enough to move any player to the edge of their seat. If you play games with headphones, this one will be no surprise to you. During gameplay, if you happen to be one of the crewmates when an imposter sabotages one of the systems, the piercing sound of the alarms is enough to give you a mini heart attack. But it's not over at this point yet, as you now need to race to the sabotaged location before time runs out. Speaking of being a crewmate, there's nothing more ominous than casually completing your tasks when all of a sudden, the lights go out. You are left in complete darkness, not knowing who or what is around you. You think it might be safe to cozy up to someone for reassurance, but when doing so, it might not be too long before they use the power outage to their advantage and slash you right open. There's a good reason why this game is so addicting. It's because of the excitement from the anxiety it builds up. This anxiety is especially high when you find yourself alone from everyone else. In this case, you have no idea where anyone is, including the imposter. This then puts yourself in a very vulnerable position, because if you happen to be spotted leaving an area, coincidentally, where someone else then finds a body, you then become the main target, even if it definitely wasn't you. Although it can be somewhat unnerving to be secluded from the rest of the group, nothing actually compares to the horror of being isolated with someone you suspect of being the imposter. Even though most of the time, when this happens, you'll probably be dead within a matter of seconds, there's always the slight chance the person you're locked in with isn't the imposter, giving them all the reason to suspect you're the one out to get them. Trying to complete your tasks as quick as possible can be quite daunting, especially if you happen to make a mistake. The small field of view outside your task window is your only safety, and if you happen to be waiting for something, such as a download or trying to connect those wires back together, then good luck, because it probably won't be too long before someone walks right in and stabs you in the back. Ghosts are sometimes an uneasy topic for discussion, especially the ghosts in this game. And no, I'm not talking about the ghosts of dead crewmates, but the wandering spirits of dead imposters. Did you know that they retain the ability to haunt certain features of the game even in their dead state? When playing on a map with 2 or more imposters, random closing doors and malfunctioning machines are probably regular occurrences, thanks to the imposter everyone just voted out. But that's not the worst part though, because if the people behind these ghostly imposters are smart enough, they will lock multiple crewmates in the same room together, making them all eventually turn on one another and suspecting someone innocent. This one isn't actually scary unless you take the time to think about it. When it comes time to vote, everyone is a little on edge, especially if the voting was summoned by a body being found. Sometimes, it's easier for the imposter to lie and frame an innocent crewmate for the murder. But if they happen to be successful, the rest of the crew will boot out the innocent player into the vacuum of space, only to be left with one less helping hand and a menacing murderer still on the loose. But what do you think of these situations? Have you ever felt the exact same feelings as in these scenarios? Or do you think there are more reasons why Among Us can be a terrifying game? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Additionally, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more. But as always, thank you for watching, and good night.